Kwajalein School celebrated Manat Day September 28th and 29th with storytelling, boat regatta, dancing, and more.
U.S. Army Garrison Kwajalein Atoll command staff, government officials from the U.S. and Republic of the Marshall Islands, and Kwajalein residents welcomed Command Sergeant Major Kenyatta Gaskins at the Assumption of Responsibility ceremony October 5th at the CRC. Before invocation from Chaplain Steve Munson, Captain David Dibler welcomed those gathered and presented the history of the position of the Command Sergeant Major in the U.S. Army.
The history of the Sergeant Major can be traced back to the 15th century when Giles Clayton wrote that the Sergeant Major ought to be a man of great courage, for that his office is always to be in the face of the enemy.
After the national anthems of both the U.S. and RMI, Wisaka Commander Colonel James Dorr and Sergeant First Class Christina Barnes conducted the official presentation of the garrison colors to formally recognize Gaskins as the Command Sergeant Major of the garrison. Command Sergeant Major Gaskins joined the United States Army in 1996 as a personnel services specialist and attended basic combat training at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and advanced individual training at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Gaskins most recently served as the Command Sergeant Major of Headquarters and Headquarters Battalion 82nd Airborne Division at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Gaskins has also served on numerous deployments in support of Operation Enduring Freedom, Operation Iraqi Freedom, and overseas contingency operations. Following the official presentation, Colonel Dior welcomed Gaskins and his family to Kwajalein.
Today we welcome a new member and his family to our Kwajalein community. Welcome Command Sergeant Major Kenyatta Gaskins, your lovely wife Tamika, and daughter Kennedy. The Army continues to demonstrate the critical importance and impact of this organization by assigning the very best leaders that it has to the key Command Sergeant Major position.
Gaskins followed with an address speaking on the privilege to work here on Kwajalein under Colonel Dior.
Colonel Dior, I'm finally here. You're ready to serve as your assigned battle buddy. The Army really is a small world, and over the years we've served as sister units with some of the same people, and trust me, your name precedes itself. To my new garrison and greater Kwaj family, I can't wait to serve you all as well. And don't get upset at me if I call you airborne every now and then. Trust me, it's really a term I've been there. Just 4 short months ago, I hadn't even heard of the Kwajalein Atoll, much less knowing that I would soon be assigned here. However, since then, between Sergeant Major Shirley, Sergeant First Class Barnes, Google, and QuajNet, I think I've become dangerous with my island knowledge. I've heard on more than one occasion that the RMI is one of the Army's best kept secrets. Tamika, Kennedy, and I are excited for a new beginning and look forward to all that the islands have to offer. Thank you.
Concluding the ceremony, Gaskins and his family were able to meet and visit with residents and guests of the event at the celebratory reception.
Manat Day is a holiday honoring the traditional way of life in the Marshall Islands. In Marshallese, Manat means culture or tradition. Kwajalein residents, students, and visitors from the Republic of the Marshall Islands and United States government joined the Kwajalein community at the 2018 Usaka Manat Day celebration, October 1st at the Marshallese Cultural Center. RMI women showed off their palm frond weaving skills, making baskets, hats, and various other items, while some of the men showed how to use dried coconut husk to make rope. Guests were entertained by local Marshallese residents from Edinburgh and Ebi, who made the trip to Kwajalein for the event. Young children danced along during lively folk dance performances provided by Kwajalein Rekutic students. As well as a local band, Monlamite Band, came from Ebi to perform. Kwajalein residents tried their hand at husking coconuts using spikes secured in the ground called husking sticks. This year we had the opportunity to try pig, a roasted pig that is cooked in an underground oven, as well as other samples of Marshallese dishes including shellfish, pandanus, and various versions of coconut and breadfruit. Of course, the Cultural Center was open to take a break from the heat and see the exhibits of historical heirlooms, handcrafts, and more from the Republic of the Marshall Islands and Federated States of Micronesia. USACA Command Colonel James Dior recognized the celebration as a valuable expression of the ongoing friendship and mutual respect by the two nations. This event was a great opportunity for the new residents of the island who know little of the culture here to immerse themselves in the ways of the Marshallese in celebration of a wonderful tradition.
Subject C0KO, you have been accused of multiple assaults. Do you recall an incident that took place on February 22nd, 2018? Victims suffered blunt force trauma to the head. Nothing. Shortly after, another incident that took place on May 7th, 2018. Again, blunt force trauma to the skull, this time leading to concussion. You're not going to talk. Look, you might be nutritious, and yes, I'll admit, delicious, but you are a menace to this society. These are human beings, and the presence of you and your friends on this island must be seen as a threat. End of session 1. This video game system has the most amazing visuals I've ever seen in my life ever. Wrong! Nature and real life have the most amazing visuals you will ever see in your life ever. Put the screens down for 5 minutes and enjoy the view. A message from AFN-Kwajalein. We're gonna have to pick that up.